Good morning, it's Studio 5 going live, and this is day 8 of the online Studio 5 summer exhibition, I suppose you could say. Now, for the one person who did watch yesterday's video very carefully, the outside broadcast, which today is going to be an outside broadcast, one person did say, what was the object in the patio area? Well, what I'd like to do today is share with you what that object is. And again, once again, if you're interested in any of the work or would like any further information, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. What we're looking at here is basically a book, and if I walk back, we get an idea of the size of it. It is 186 centimeters, which is just over 6 foot, by 61 centimeters, that's about 2 foot, by about 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches when closed, and it really is quite a big book. And this is actually a response again to an urban landscape that I found myself in a few years ago. Basically, I was doing some work in Manila, and I had a couple of days in the wonderful market area of, and please forgive the pronunciation, of Divistoria. It's this huge market area, and it's basically an area which is just, you can buy basically anything you wanted to, and it's Manila is a fantastic place, and you do get the opportunity to go. I heartily recommend it. It is one of the most exciting places I've been. A cacophony of noise, music, life, colour and everything else. So this is what we're looking at, basically, is a diptych, and you can see why we're having to be outside today, because it is, to get a full view of it, it is quite a big thing. So literally having to step back like this, and that was me falling down the step. Now, what it is if one is familiar with the Philippines, Manila, is that one of the great forms of transport there is a vehicle called the jeepney. Now, the jeepney is basically they originally started out as a jeep with a bit of an extension for moving people around just after the Second World War. They're now metamorphosized into a cultural icon, and they really are something else, and they're colourful and usually highly polished. But when you start getting closer, you see the patina that is being caused by, age on the road. And this particular triptych, that's 3 planes joined together, I suppose, is a response to that, where we do have these layers, and it has been purpose made. It's not just a couple of doors bolted together, and we can see that the page does open. It's sort of the surrounding area, and for me it's a very immersive book. It's one of these books that you can actually walk into. The textures that are created are because I've used waste materials to actually physically make it. So it's been packing boxes, layer upon layer, and then painted and worn down, and you can see there's really quite lovely sort of area. Sorry about that. It does remind me very much of the urban landscape of Manila. It really is something else. Of course, books of this size, there's nothing new about that. They do go. One can sort of think about is there's a book, Gormenghast, which was a few years ago made into a production by the BBC starring Christopher Lee. There's 2 books which sort of convey the rules of the environment of where it's been set, and they were carried on the backs of people. I helped make them. That's one of my claims to fame. It's probably the only one of claim to fame that I have. And so, I love working in this scale, and I think it's a great release, and it's very cathartic for me to do it. Anyway, thank you all very much indeed. I hope you've enjoyed the Studio 5 going live, apart from once or twice when I lost connection, going live outside broadcast. Thank you very much indeed. Have a lovely day. Always wear protection. Follow the guidelines that are sensible, and have a lovely Sunday. Thank you all very much indeed. Bye-bye.